Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to another episode of God Concept. I'm your host, Mr. Pagan. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for checking me out. Thank you for watching. I appreciate all my subscribers, everybody that support me in any type of way. So, you know what I mean? That's that. Um, I just want to talk about what I'm feeling, man. You know what I mean? I don't have no intro music. This is the first time I'm really recording outside, outdoors, with a camera. You know what I mean? I did recordings outdoors before. Um, you know what I mean? Regular microphone when my podcast was just on Spotify and like non-visual streaming platforms. But now I'm uploading on YouTube and Rumble and everything. So I kind of, you know what I mean, have to do a vlog type of podcast where I'm on camera and I'm speaking and I'm out here. So, and I'm outdoors. So I figured, why not do a podcast where I'm outdoors enjoying. To be honest, this is where I'm more comfortable. I really don't like being cooped up in the house too often. You know what I mean? It don't feel natural. It don't feel real. It feels very stagnant and stale. You know what I mean? I like getting out here, enjoying the fresh air, enjoying nature. You know what I mean? I got the squirrels running around. You know what I mean? I ain't nowhere special or nothing like that, but you know what I mean? It's not like I went on hit a bike trail or nothing, but I'm out here, man, and I'm just appreciative, and that's how I'm feeling. And I just want to keep that feeling, that vibration of being appreciative. You know what I mean? And I use my podcast to promote, to vent, to expound upon different concepts that I have on my mind at different times. And you know what I mean? It's just been a hell of a journey, man. It's just been a hell of a journey, man. I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot, to say the least. And through it all, I always made it through. It gets rough. It gets rough. It get hard to really push forward. Sometimes it gets rough to even see a path forward when you know what I mean. When you in over your head, when you in some bullshit that really just came about out of nothing, like came out of nowhere, like you know what I mean. I've been through some situations had me questioning everything, man. Had me questioning everything. You know what I mean? Had me questioning reality. Had me questioning people. Had me questioning life. You know what I mean? And these are, you know what I mean? Had me questioning, not questioning, but it's a good thing to try to understand the creator more. But man, I've done been through things that had me really trying to understand the different levels and different layers to the creator. You know what I mean? To you know what I mean? To create a world so multifaceted and so, you know what I mean, diverse in so many ways. Our creator has to be the most multifaceted and diverse being there is. So it had me really questioning and really not questioning, but really just trying to understand more about the creator and what that is, what that's, what that's about. I don't know if y'all getting a bunch of glare on it. Let me see. I'm trying to angle it in a way where it's not a bunch of glare or whatever, but it is what it is. The video gonna come out how it come out. I don't really care. But yeah, I'm just feeling good. I'm feeling great. Enjoying the day. Regardless of whatever situations I got to face coming up. For me right now, you know what I mean? It's just the anticipation of getting things handled. It's the anticipation of moving forward, of making steps to progress in life in whatever avenues I'm looking to make progress in. Because the world doesn't run on my schedule. The world doesn't run on Mark Pagan's like, okay, you know what I mean? I might have an appointment for something a week from now that I need right now. You know what I mean? And for that week, I'm just going to be in a state of limbo. You know, what's going on? Am I here? Am I there? You know what I mean? Especially when it's something like court, if it's a new job, you know what I mean? Whether you're waiting for some merchandise to come in the mail that's shipping to you that you need to complete a project or something like that. Is you know what I mean? Whether you need a letter, you know what I mean? Whether you're trying to get some business handled and you're waiting for correspondence from, you know what I mean, from a company or whatever the case may be. It's just, that's the world doesn't work on our time. You know what I mean? So thus patience is a virtue. You know what I mean? Patience is definitely a virtue. I gotta try to adjust this because that sun, and I don't want my phone to fall either. God damn it. Oi, that seems like it's a little bit better. I got hunched down a lot though. Yeah, man, but that's what it is, man. Y'all see where I'm at? Big ass buildings behind me and shit. Like I'm just out here chilling. I'm out here chilling right now. You know, I like to take in account what others go through. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm sitting up here and you know, I'm going through things and I'm discovering more and I'm going through more and you know what I mean? I like to take in you know what I mean, account for what other people has went through. You know what I mean? And it's like a lot of us don't do that. We don't take an account for what others go through. You know what I mean? We always looking at our own personal situations, our own personal, you know what I mean, goals we got to accomplish, or you know what I mean? It's like, what about the situations our people going through while we going through what we going through? That's called unselfish thinking. That's called that's called, you know, being selfless. When you can when you can still wish the best for others. She That's hilarious because somebody just called, fuck my whole podcast up a little bit, but it's okay because they didn't know. I was just getting deep about how we got to be more considerate of other situations. I know it's hard when we going through something, when we, you know what I mean, when we going through a life situation, through a change in our life, we're going through something, and sometimes we get a bit a bit selfish. Like, you know what I mean? What about me? What about me? Can you help me? Can you help me? But other people, while you're going through that, other people is going through situations and have situations of their own that they're going through. So, you got to be mindful of that because when I'm going through something and I'm thinking, wow, this person could be there for me or that person could be there for me or damn, how come every time I'm going through something, there's no outlets to really be had, but those outlets could be going through something at the same time that you're going through something. So it's like, you can't be selfish and think and you got to be selfless in the way you think. You can't just think about your situation. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's all about you. You got to make sure that you're all right, but at the same time, you got to wonder, is others all right? Especially your loved ones, your family members. You know what I mean? Your children or whatever. Because while I'm going through something in one aspect of my life, you know, my children are going through something in an aspect of their life. And if shit ain't right with me, shit ain't gonna be right with them. So I got to make sure everything in my life is right. You know what I mean? And not just right, you know what I mean, trying to, escape and get it right without no, right with them, right with me, right for the whole entirety of, my family. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the family that I built, not the family that I'm born into. You know, once you born into a family, you branch out and you begin to make a new family. You know what I mean? A new branch for that family. So it's like it is what it is. I'm a man just like every other man out here, who get up in the morning, put their pants on, and go about their day. And they think about their health, they think about their sickness, their pains, they think about their loved ones, they think about their job, their car, the bills they gotta pay. You know what I mean? They try to figure a way ahead and everything, and I gotta do the same. We all gotta do the same. You know, one thing about it is I know for certain that there's different levels to what we go through in life, right? There's different levels to what we go through in life. And, you know, it gets rougher or difficult. It gets more difficult or more easy depending on who you are and how you handle it and your personality and different things like this. But nonetheless, I know we all got situations, you know what I mean, that's pretty rough. And I'm going through, I mean, god damn, you know what I mean? These past 3 years of my life has been just fucked. Like, it's been blessed and it's been fucked. And it's like, I'm blessed to be here. I'm blessed to be able to sit in this park and enjoy this day and enjoy the weather. And, I'm blessed to be able to, you know, have my children. I'm blessed to have life, to breathe this air, to just feel this breeze. You know what I mean? To sit under these trees. I'm just so generous and so blessed, even though I don't have the things that I need right now. I need to obtain more. I need to obtain more needs, my necessities in life. Because once I get to that comfortable space, once I get to that space where I'm at peace, where I'm just, I'm already at peace. But once I get my atmosphere in a space where it's just zen, where it's just total peace, where I could just zone out and do what I gotta do, that's when I'm gonna open these floodgates, man. These floodgates is gonna open again, man, with all type of art, books, music, the podcast. I'm gonna try to. I'm not gonna try. I'm gonna set up a real, you know what I mean, podcast room, like a area for production. You know what I mean, just basically for podcasts, music, gaming, videos, whatever type of production. You know what I mean, for the books. You know what I mean, have a computer set to the side just to self-publish the books and everything. So it's just a matter of time. It's a matter of due diligence, and it's a matter of staying the course. It's a matter of, you know, taking the right steps and following the procedures properly to get everything really where you want it to be. Get that job so I can finance my own business, my own entrepreneurship, and continue from there. You know, handle my legal battles and make sure everything's good there. And I know that everything's all right because the creator's with me. Whenever you have the spirit of God within you and you know that you're thinking properly, when you got the right mentality, when you got that mental fortitude to continue and just, you know, keep your head straight and keep it, keep everything on the up and up. That's what it's about for me now, man. I want to keep everything on the up and up. I'm not doing no more research on nothing. You know what I mean? for my podcast, for music, things like that. But far as like trying to figure all this shit out, it's already done. It's already done. I understand. And it took a chunk out of my fucking life and my family's life figuring all this shit out, you know? And I'm just moving forward, staying the course. I'm controlling the things I could control, understanding that I'm in control of the things that I'm in control of, you know? My emotions, my my body, my person, you know, my temple, what I think, what I eat, what I put in my body, what I let out my body, what I listen to, what I allow myself to absorb, you know, from my environment, the energy that I put out to my environment, the vibration that I put out to my environment, you know, just being me, because it's not no act. I don't have to pretend. I don't have to lie about who I am. I'm me. I'm me. I'm a good person. I always been a upstanding person. Always been. You know, we all go through things. We all have things happen in our lives. Me personally, I try not to allow the things that happen in my life to spill over and affect somebody else's life. I mean, you can't help it if they're within proximity. But far as when I'm stressed out or when I'm dealing with something, when I feel like breaking down, you know what I mean? I just try to stay strong, stay in tune, stay connected, and stay to be honest, put on a fucking game face, basically. Because that's all it is, basically. When you trying to stay strong for somebody or your children, your mom, your mother trying to, you know, how like a mother try to stay strong for a son while he in court and this and that, or why he in the hospital or hurt, whatever. How a mother try to say, fathers do the same thing. You know what I mean? Men do the same thing. We all got feelings. We all got emotions. We all break down. We all go through things. You know what I mean? My whole thing was and still is what was heavy with me. I mean, it's not as heavy now because I'm working everything out. But it's like when I go through shit and then nobody's there for me, man, that shit just hurt. You know what I mean? And what I mean by there for me, it's just in the way that I need a person to be there for me. You know what I mean? Like the person that you want to be there for you and the way you want them to be there for you, they're not. You know what I mean? A person can help you out with this, that, and the third. It's like when you give a crackhead who's begging on the corner or on the streets a burger instead of the money they ask you for. They asking you for $1 because they want to get high, but you hand them a burger, right? You don't know they want the dollar to get high. You think they want the dollar to get some food or whatever, but they really want the dollar to get high. But you hand them a burger. You know what I mean? That's how it is when you're trying to help somebody. You helping them. They asking you for a certain type of help, but you giving them a different type of help. And they like, damn, I appreciate this help. I appreciate this burger. But what I really need right now is a fucking dollar. What I really need right now to make my life better, to make me get through this moment in time that I'm going through. And it's funny because I heard Charleston White saying something similar. But what I really need right now is that dollar. You know what I mean? What I really need right now is somebody to talk to. What I really need right now is a creative outlet. What I really need right now is moral support. What I really need right now is just might be a fucking hug. You know what I mean? Some people just need to be told that it's going to be all right, to keep their head up and it's going to be all right. Some people can't even receive that type of help from the people they need it from. Because it's easy for a stranger to tell you that everything's going to be all right. But sometimes you need to be told everything's going to be all right from a person that you love and you know that really love you. That's why I love my children so much because No matter what I go through, you know what I mean, they're there. You know what I mean? They're there for me. You know, we still can have fun, we can still play, and it just takes me away from all the problems. From, you know what I mean? I forget about all the worries in the world when I'm having fun with my children, man. When I'm having fun with my children, nothing else matters. Nothing else matters when I'm having fun with my children. I don't need money for that. I don't need I don't need much for that. You know what I mean? Just having fun, just the moments. That shit is special, man. That's what a lot of us are missing out here, man. Human connections. You know what I mean? Connecting with our children, connecting on a different level other than video games and, you know, phones and bullshit. You know what I mean? Just, you know what I mean? Out here in the world, just worrying about dumb shit. I have meaningful connections. Show love, show gratitude, show appreciation. You know what I mean? To the ones you care about who show that they care about you too. I could be at odds with a person for whatever reason. They might be treating me wrong. They might just be, you know what I mean, rubbing me the wrong way or whatever, you know, and I still treat them with some type of respect. You know what I mean? Not with some type of respect, but respect, because everybody deserves it. Everybody deserves to be seen, heard, understood. You know what I mean? It's like everybody deserves that. You know, everybody deserves justice, peace, freedom. You know, the fuck? Like, if you don't got those things, love, everybody deserves love. If you don't have these things, what do you really have? Mental fortitude. If you don't have that, what do we really have? You know, I'm so used to just being emotional. You know what I mean? Like not emotional, but because I understand that men operate from logic and reasoning, and I do operate from logic and reasoning. But when it comes to certain things, it's just it bubbles up some type of emotion in me. You know what I mean? Especially when it's things dealing with your children, when it's things that you're passionate about, things that you care about. If you went through something, you know, reflecting on that sometimes will make you tear up and just, you know what I mean, burst out in tears or whatever because you thinking about something that's really that really traumatized you in your life. You know what I mean? A lot of us got PTSD and we never, you know what I mean? Like in my community, none of us really go to therapy and shit like that. We don't go to therapy and shit like that. I was looking at a podcast where the guy he go around interviewing people in Philly or whatever, and a lot of people, you know, the guy dude that you know, the guy dude that got killed. A lot of our artists, a lot of our people out here who be getting interviewed always talk about PTSD. You know, none of them go to therapy or none of that. Even, you know what I mean? None of them go to therapy or none of that. But it's like, it's just we deal with these traumas, but nobody asks us. Nobody care. Like, we don't have anybody to really care about that type of stuff. Our mental health, our emotional health, our, you know, physical health. They just see you every day and it's just like, oh, there you are. But they don't think about, hmm, what's this person going through here, going through there? And I mean, I can't speak for everybody because there's some people who genuinely do think about that stuff. They won't ever ask you, you know what I mean? Like me, I think about that type of stuff all the time. I think about people's health that probably think that I don't even like them. I think about people's health, their well being. I think about all that type of thing. I think about all those type of things for people in my life who probably think that I really don't give a shit about them because I really don't speak a lot. You know, I do speak a lot, but I don't really, you know what I mean, say what's on my mind to a point where we're having an intimate conversation. I never really have intimate conversations with anybody because, you know, really it's hard to do that. You know what I mean? Nowadays, it's like, how do you really have an intimate conversation with anybody on a caring, reflective, real level when you don't have a deep personal connection with them, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. Be honest with y'all out there, right? Having uh okay, we all got kids. People got children out here, right? So, have you ever been to a point where you trying to talk to your children about what they may be thinking, where their minds at, where their heads at, how they doing in school, what their plans are for this and that, and it's just like you're getting nowhere like that. You know what I mean? It's like say how you doing, they just all right, this and that. You could tell something's on their mind. You could tell that they're thinking about something. They, you know what I mean? They have a lot on their mind. They got a goal in mind, but they just won't let you in. You know what I mean? It's like that. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, the love is there. They know they could trust you. Your children know they could trust you. Your children know they could talk to you. But some things they just don't want to open up to you about. It's that personal thing. You know what I mean? It's like some of us don't even have that with our own children. You know, I listen, I'm always, one thing about that, I'm gonna give y'all this, if you don't know. If you don't have that type of relationship with your children, it's easy to gain it just by when they do little shit and get in trouble, little shit that they could get in trouble for, don't chastise them so much. Make sure they learn the lesson, but don't chastise them so much. Let them know that you've been there, that you understand. You know what I mean? Only time, children try to hold back from you a whole lot is when you always punishing them. You always beating them or whatever because they did something wrong. They don't want to tell you what they're going through in their life because they figure you're going to hit them. You're going to whoop their ass. So if you just going to whoop their ass, it's like, why even tell you? Because they already going through something right there. Then I tell you and you going to still whoop my ass. No, you gotta be more understanding, more patient, kind, and caring to your children, and let them know that all the time that you love them, and they can always come to you about anything. They're never in trouble. They're never in trouble when it comes to, you know what I mean? Even if I'm a little bit upset or whatever, you're never in trouble with me. Even if you got in trouble with, outside doing something, you're never in trouble with me. You know what I mean? With me, it's about learning the lesson. It's about making sure that you understand, making sure whatever you did outside or in the household is fixed, and make sure it's okay, and make sure everything's okay, and then that's that. You know what I mean? It's just a evolved way. It's basically treating your children as if they're a person and not somebody that you own. You know what I mean? Because your children are little people. They have little personalities and little characters. So you got to treat them, with respect, just like you would want to be treated, right? So that's why we have that disconnect sometimes with our children. But it's the same thing with people in general. Whoever you know, your friends or people that you talk to on a daily. You know what I mean? It's like your girlfriend or your fiance or whomever it is that you fucking with or whatever, whoever it is that you looking for a more intimate, conversation with. It's like you're never gonna get there if there's not established trust, if there's not a deep relationship between the two of you. And at times, like I was saying, it's hard to really develop that deep relationship with anybody nowadays in these days and times. So This is a pretty decent podcast, man. I ain't gonna bullshit you. It's a pretty decent episode. Sat here chilling, talking, bullshitting a little bit. I appreciate this, man. You know, one favor I'm gonna ask is that you all like, share, and subscribe. You know, share, like, share, and subscribe, man. Check out some of the music. Check out the books. I'm coming out with merchandise soon. I don't want to, toot my own horn, but I'm still working on designs and things like this so we could come out with merchandise. Cause I'm still pushing my brand to different avenues. I'm trying to expand and do more. You know what I mean? If this is what I want to do with my life, then I'm gonna go in it full throttle. You know, more's coming. Trust me. The future is looking bright. Um, for me, for the business, for the brand, for my family in its entirety. I just got to keep pushing forward, pushing through, and doing what I got to do. But yeah, that's what it is. And this has been another episode of God Concept. I've been your host, Mr. Pagan. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace.